There already exists a version of you who's a millionaire, who's physically fit, has his dream car, dream wife, dream life. That person exists. And how do we know this for a true fact? Close your eyes and imagine yourself as that person. If you could imagine it, that means there's a version of it that's real. Creation is finished. Energy cannot be created nor destroyed, only transferred. So by you closing your eyes and imagining a different version of yourself, that means there are parallel realities that live simultaneous to where you're at now. So if you're broke right now, your business is stuck, you're trying to go to the next level, you want to live in a new city, or whatever it is you're trying to manifest into your life, it can be changed by using a simple practice. In the end of this video, you'll know exactly what that practice is, how to implement it into your life so you can skyrocket and quantum leap to the next level. What's going on, guys? It's your man, DeAndre Saxon, back for another video, coming to you from beautiful Dubai. If you're watching me for the first time, I studied with the famous Bob Proctor for 3 years. I was in his inner circle, and it completely changed my life. I went 0 to 100,000 a month within 2 months of working with him, absolutely from broke. I started on my grandfather's credit card, earning 7 figures in the process of teaching people how to use their mind to elevate their life, their businesses, and just everything they wanted. Success is defined as the progressive realization of a worthy ideal. So even though I typically talk more about money and business, you can apply it to anything in your life, because whatever you define as success is what you're going to go out there and get. So let's talk about what exactly are we going to be doing here so we can shift into a new parallel reality and start to act like the new person, but most importantly, touch it in our hand and start to manifest new opportunities into the physical world. So here's what we're going to do. The first thing is we have to get very clear on what's going on. And so one of the practices that I first learned with Bob Proctor that completely changed my life, that took me from a broke kid at 23 years old to a 7-figure earner by the time I was 24, was this little simple image here. It's called the stick figure. We have the conscious mind, the subconscious mind, and the body. Now, I've talked about this multiple times on my channel, so I'm not going to go into too much depth right here, but all we have to understand is that the conscious mind is our intellectual mind, and it controls 5% of our results. It's what we went to school with, gathering information. But the subconscious mind, that's the one that really controls the things we magnetize in our life. It controls 95% of our results, and is based on our emotion, because emotion or feeling is the secret in how we magnify and magnetize the things back to us, okay? So what we need to do is, if we want to shift into a new parallel reality, which is a version of you who's a millionaire, we're going to focus on money here, okay? So if you want to go and you want to hit the next level in your income, let's just say you're doing $20,000 a month and you're stuck or you're inconsistent and you want to hit $100,000 a month. It can totally happen in the next 60 days or less, completely possible, without doing any more work, gathering more knowledge, running more ads, doing more outreach, or whatever mechanism you're doing to get clients. It can totally happen, and here's how we're going to do this. So in our conscious mind, we have to form a picture of what exactly does it look like to be at that next income level. And I want you to dream bigger here. Don't go for 10% growth. Maybe even doubling, that could be too small. I want you to go so big that it causes you to dream bigger and think outside the box. Here's the key. When you think big, you act big. When you act big, you get big results. That was the biggest key that took me from 0 to 100 grand a month. I was thinking 10 grand a month because I was making 2 grand a month before that. So when we're going to form this new conscious image of who it is that you want to be at this new level, we have to make it so big that it causes new ideas and new vibrations, because we're going to be using these ideas and these new vibrations to plant them into the subconscious mind later. So follow the process here. So get out a piece of paper and pen. And I know you probably heard this before or you've done it before, but trust me, this is how it works. But maybe you've tried it before and it didn't work because you didn't do the steps all in this order. Okay, so make sure you stay to the end of this video so you have every single step. So get out a piece of paper and pen and write down exactly what this life looks like. But most importantly, there's 2 aspects, actually 3. Number 1, it has to be in the present tense. It's not I want, it's not I desire, because saying something, you want something like I want to have $1 million house, you're therefore stating that you don't have it. Remember, the subconscious mind can only accept what's impressed upon it. So if you say I want, I'm trying, there's a detachment. You don't have that thing. Okay, does that make sense here? You have to write in the present tense. Here's the second one, and this is natural. You're gonna write the things that you want physically. You have a new phone, you have a new car, you have a Lamborghini, you're living in beautiful Dubai, right? These different things. But most importantly, the step that I always missed was this third one. Who are you? Who did you become? That is the key, because you can only have once you become. Because once you become, then you do, then you have. It doesn't work the reverse. You don't have, then do, then become. First you must become, then you do, then you have. So that's a spin that most people forget, is they actually have to write down who have you become in the process of attaining that goal. What habits do you have? What vices have you stopped? Because most of the time it's not what we have to add on to our life, it's what we have to take away from our life that's going to take us to the next level. So what are the things that you need to get rid of in your life so that you can uncover the dirt around that subconscious mind, around your potential, so that we can go to the next level, okay? So what we have formed now is a clear image only in our conscious mind now, in our conscious mind, of exactly who you want to be. But that doesn't do anything. That's just like doing affirmations. That doesn't do anything for us, because that's not the language of the subconscious mind. The language of the subconscious mind is images and emotions. If you're not using images and emotions while planting into the subconscious mind, you are completely wasting your time. No amount of affirmations in the mirror, reading books, hiring a coach, none of that stuff is going to work until you actually understand the language of the subconscious mind, so you can open it and start to plant in that new image, okay? So what we're going to do now, we're going to take that image and we're going to get it into the subconscious mind. Because right now, at this period, you're still operating on your old self-image. You're still operating on your old subconscious programming, because I'm assuming you might be 20 to 30 years old or something, 40 years old watching this video. So here you are with 40 years, 20 years, 30 years, whatever age you are, years of programming in your life. There's an old image of how you see yourself already in there. And what, we're just going to take this piece of paper you just wrote 10 minutes ago and now it's going to manifest into your life? That's not how it works. You have to use repetition and emotion to put that new image into the subconscious mind. Because what happens is you have now formed a winner's image. It's something outside of you. You use your imagination to form an image that's outside of you. But until we get that to the subconscious mind, the one that really controls what magnetizes into your life, the one that really controls your habits, nothing's going to form and nothing's going to happen. So if we want to shift to a new parallel reality, we're going to have to get very close to feeling like that person now. All right, so here's what we're going to do. And I've talked about this in my meditation videos. Make sure you go check out that video. I talk about the 4 meditations that changed my life. Repetition and emotion are the languages, and the images and emotion is the language of the subconscious mind. But the way we're going to program it in there is via repetition. All right. So I want you to think about it as this. How did you learn the English language? Like, how do you understand me right now? If you really think about it, if I would have put you in China or Japan or some other place, what language would you speak? You would speak that native language. Well, it's the same way when it comes to the subconscious mind. The more you hear something, the more you understand something, with repetition, you start to learn it. In the same way, we're going to train our subconscious mind, just like we train our body in the gym. We're going to train the subconscious mind on this new winner's image that we have formulated with our imagination. But we're going to do it with a specific manner, okay? When we do these meditations, okay, and I've talked about it before, it's called a hemi-sync meditation. Make sure you check out that video. A hemi-sync meditation is a meditation that synchronizes both sides of your brain, your creative side and your analytical side, right? For a minute, I think. And so what happens is we start to take our mind that's scattered with information. I want you to think of the mind typically operating like a flashlight. And so we're going to take that image of our mind and we're going to form it like a laser focus, and we're going to open up that subconscious mind. By using these sound waves, I kid you not, you can open up the brain and start to narrow it down, and what we're going to focus it on, just like a laser, is that new self-image, that new winner's image. So you're going to use these hemi-sync meditations. Or in other words, binaural beats. That's what it's called. But really the scientific word behind it was the hemi-sync. So you're going to use binaural beats. And what it will do is we're going to start to focus 2 to 3 times a day for 15 minutes each session on the person that you want to be. You're going to take that conscious image that you had and you're going to visualize yourself in the first person, acting out like that person. That's the parallel reality. You're going to jump to a parallel reality. Before you ever hold it in your hand, you must see it here. If you can see it in your mind, then you will then hold it in your hand. But in order to hold it in your hand, we have to jump to that version of ourselves. And you're not going to do it with your eyes open. It's impossible. Look at the outside world. The outside world will lie to you. It will tell you don't have the money. It will tell you don't have the resources, the people, the situations, the circumstances, and that how can I actually manifest and create this new version of myself? The outside world will always lie to you. Because the outside world is the final part of creation. Anything that came in this world was first formed in the imagination of another person. We live in a world that's bent by the reality of consciousness. So that means whatever you have in your life right now, you have created it, whether consciously or unconsciously. But now, via this video, And hopefully you're going to say at the end of this video, you learn exactly the processes to actually rewrite that identity. So now we've got the image. We're going to do these meditations. We're going to do it 2 to 3 times a day, 15 minutes each session. And we're going to jump to that version of ourselves, the one that's a millionaire, the one that's successful, whatever you define as success. And you're going to start to live like that person, act like that person. Don't think at the goal, like, oh my gosh, I'm driving this car and this person is doing that, and you're watching yourself. No, you have to do it in the first person. That's where the parallel reality is. Remember, there's infinite versions of yourself, a version that's broke, a version that's rich, a version where you're the president, right? All these different examples. And when we close our eyes, we can jump to that person. Start to act like that person, start to think like that person. But most importantly, the secret that brings everything together, the thing that magnetizes everything into your life, is you have to feel like that person. Feeling is the secret. When you start to first consciously see it in your mind, then you put the emotions behind it, you act like you have it already. You act like you're that person. And what that will do, when you mix it with the binaural beats or the hemisync meditation, we've just opened up the subconscious mind. You do that every single day, 2 to 3 times a day. I kid you not, you'll get more done in that 15-minute meditation than 15 years of just effort and hard work. You guys, tell me how a guy like myself, I'm just a testimonial of this information, can go from dead broke for 5 years trying to struggle in business. And then I learned these practices in less than 45 days, go from 0 to 100 grand a month. Next month, I made $250,000 in a freaking month. I never made that my entire lifetime in business. How? By simply doing 2 to 3 meditations a day, every single day, opening up the subconscious mind and planting in the new version of the person that I wanted to become. Doing this every single day. Guys, if you're liking content like this and you want to actually learn how to do this, first of all, I give it to you all for free right here on YouTube. But there's some of you that they want to skip the wait. They don't want to go through all the YouTube content and they want to know exactly how to do it step by step. Well, I've studied this stuff now for years. I've spent over $300,000 studying with Bob Proctor, Tony Robbins, Dr. Joe Dispenza, all of these guys that have studied how the brain works and how to manifest a new life. If you want to learn exactly the proven processes of how I've been able to build 7-figure businesses, live the life of my dreams, live in Dubai and everything like this, then what you can do is just DM me on Instagram. You'll find a link in the description. Reach out to me. We'll hop on a call and we'll see what exactly you're looking to manifest. What exactly do you want to do? And what are the step-by-step processes where you don't want to figure it out yourself? You want the exact videos, exact meditation, the timing, the structure, the disciplines, everything that you need so that you can create that new version of yourself. Then you can go ahead and reach out to me on Instagram below. But other than that, guys, subscribe below. I'll see you guys in the next video, because there's a version of yourself where you're a winner and you can start choosing today to change your destiny, and you can live that world today. Dream bigger, make it happen. I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care.